Well, morning all, and it is morning. It's 10 past 6 in the morning, so 6:10 a.m. And I thought I'd do a bit of a different video this time, and also this will open your eyes to some future content coming up as well. I attended a radio rally recently. I go to one once every year. It's the only one I go to. It's quite a small little event, but they have quite a good array of stuff there. I'm not going to give the location away. I don't want to publicise it. It is a small rally, and I always get quite a bit of stuff there. So selfish of me, I know, but hey. So underneath here is my purchases. I just wanted to run through some of these with you, but also I need to ask you guys for some help because I need some help identifying some stuff. So the grand reveal, and I've got quite a bit of stuff. So many of you will recognise this Rotel RVC240 here, and it comes with the world's longest microphone lead. It's got an extender on it. It's got the original microphone. So God knows where they was using this. I'm assuming maybe in a lorry or something. It was obviously up quite high. And the first row that I came to at the rally, this was sitting there in a stack of radios right in the middle. So I thought, well, I'll ask the guy how much. And as you can see from the ticket on the top, the guy wanted £8 for a Rotel RVC240. Now, I've never owned one of these. I haven't put this on the mains yet, and I don't know even whether this works. And on the back here, it's sort of got like a homemade power lead. So you've got the two pins in there, and then they've pushed these two terminals on to the back, but it's not actually in that bad a condition. It's got one thumb screw on the side. Oh no, it's got both thumb screws, so that's not too bad. And as I was saying, it's not all scratched up and dented, so I thought I'd give the guy £8 for that and have a punt, and we'll give that a go and see what it looks like. It's got a serial number starting 2011, so whether that was made in 2011 or not, I don't know. So that's purchase number one. I'm going to do a video in the future. We'll get this up and running and see what needs to be done to it. Maybe tune it and see how it works. So that's the first thing. Second thing I got was this little box. What you see inside here is loads of IF coils. The guy wanted £2 for the box. There's all different sized ones in there, and then it's a bit difficult to see, but down the sides here you've got all the 7mm ones down here. I've got a load of 10mm ones, then there's larger as well. So these are always the ferrite cores in them are always being damaged by people, or you get them missing or whatever. So for me, that's quite a handy little box of spares to have. So that was my second purchase. I then was walking around the radio rally and I saw this, and ribbon cable again is always handy to have. Now this was up for £2, and I thought, I don't know if I need it or whatever. So anyway, I kept walking around the rally, and just before I was going, I went down this aisle and he'd reduced it down to 50p to get rid of it. So I had it. Can't say fairer than that. And again, for sort of like Cybernet channel changes, and also any wiring up to the LED display, you use this sort of cable. So that'll be handy stuff. But it's also odd for, you know, odd link wires and things. You can trim bits out of it. So again, for 50p, handy to have in the spares box. Actually, I'll come back to that. Then there was a guy had a mat on the floor, and he had a load of CB microphones, and this caught my eye. It's got a 3.5mm jack socket on the end, so I don't know what that was being run into. I'll keep that round the other side. But this is a Turner plus 3B. Now these are meant to be an extremely good microphone for single sideband use. They were really specifically made for that. It also has actually got the original battery strap, and it's got a battery in it. Actually, I think we'll take that battery out because I don't want to store it with a battery in it. Yeah, a bit of the battery lead's gone green, but it's not too bad. So we'll take that out anyway. And again, this caught my eye. Now, there was a ticket on it. Turner plus 3B mic, 15 quid, which is cheap for a Turner. So I asked the guy if he's up for a deal and offered him 12, and he let me have it for 12. So the first thing I would have to do before I can try this is I've got to put a CB plug on the end. I'll probably trim the microphone lead back. Yeah, he's done some wiring in there, but controls on the mic are very simple. You just got volume, then you've got the lock. So you've got your push to talk. Sorry, like push to talk, and then if you push it down, slide down lock, it locks it down. You can talk away when you're finished. Slide this back up again, and it's done. So that all seems all right. So we'll feature that in the future. This, I actually do not know what this is. It's produced by RSG Engineering. It's auto recall. It's got off, PA, record, pre, SB, CB and mode. I don't know what it is. And then it's got a delay and volume control and on off. There was a box of these and they were chucking them out for £1. Now, the reason why I've brought this, I've got a similar unit to this, and it's got the LEDs and these knobs and this sort of metal case, and so I've brought it for some spares for a project that I'm working on. It also comes with a nice mounting bracket on it as well, which you can see moving there as well. So £1 for that. I mainly want it for the spares. I mean, I've also got a chassis mic holder now, 5-pin DIN, so you'd pay £1 for that anyway, so that's worth it. So anyway, that's coming up in the future. Then, on the end of a row, so I'll just have a drink of tea. I noticed 2 old CBs shoved up in the corner. Most people walking past weren't seeing them. And that's these 2 radios in the bag here. Now, I picked them up. And what caught my eye was A, U and L. So this is an AM upper and lower sideband radio. Now there's no markings on this whatsoever. It's got volume squelch, DF, I've no idea what that is, Cal, RF gain, the mode switch. It's then got some LEDs here. You've got transmit, and I'm assuming that's receive. And then you've got a button here you press with H on it, so I'm assuming that goes high, either high power or high channels. And you've got an LED here. You've got 5 slide switches here, again not marked up. And you've just got, that's the back. So I've got, this one says key, so whether that's for a Morse code key, I don't know. And then another one here, comes with a small stubby power lead, antenna. The serial number is 120003, made in Japan. There's no markings on that radio at all. Okay, so that's the first one. You can also see there's a bit of flaky stuff coming out the radio. So that was the first one. Then underneath that one was another one which looks to be the same radio. So we've got volume, squelch, and then this one's slightly different. It's got a triangle at the top, minus 5k, plus 5k. So I'm assuming that's the course then. Next one's not labelled up. This one's got, I'll get a bit closer. This one's got RF gain written across the top, and then you've got AM upper sideband and lower sideband. And the same array again, but you've got the little button here to press, but you haven't got the LED display. Sorry, the LED that comes on here. And then you've got TX written above the light there, and nothing down the bottom. And again, same back on this one. This is 120000404. BNC connector in the back. So slightly different the other one, and again comes with power lead. Now, the interesting thing was, the guy said to me, oh, there's a microphone for the one missing the mic in the box. And he gave me a mic, and it had Royce written on it. So I thought, brilliant, that'll be nice, I'll get an original mic for my Royce home base station. But then, when I looked at the other microphone connected to the one with the grey fascia, that also had Royce on it. Now, considering these radios look alike, and they're both the same, and they both come with Royce microphones, I immediately thought to myself, these are Royce models. But I've had a quick look on the internet, and I can't find any Royce CB radio that looks like this. So if any of you guys can help me out, and you know, particularly American viewers, if you're familiar with old Royce sets, can you have a look and let me know what this model is? Because from my research, I can find nothing that looks like it. This looks like a Royce meter, because I've seen sets that have like the white background in them, and I can find some that have got 3 flick switches here, but nothing with 5. So what this radio and this other black one sitting here are, I have no idea. They are completely unidentified at the moment. I'm obviously going to fire them up and try and work on them, but it would be nice if I could find out what models they are, and then from there, hopefully, try and get them running, and see what features they've got on them. So those two there, they were £5 each. So for a multi-mode CB radio, which potentially may have the highs in it and the mids, I'm assuming, I don't know, £5 ain't bad. And I can feature those in the future. We can have a look at them, see about getting them working. So I'm just going to shut the camera down quickly and blip them back into the bag and clear up now, because you can see here, they've sort of, they're oozing flakes of something. But yeah, for them to both have Royce microphones, I think they've got to be Royces. But what model are they? They're normally a 1- something, but I cannot identify them. So if you know your Royces and you're in the States, please post a comment and let me know what model radio these are, because I've got no idea at all. Right, let me just put them in the bag. On the way back from the radio rally, I was almost home, and I suddenly came to a grinding halt on the motorway, and I sat on the motorway stationary for an hour and 40 minutes due to a fender bender. But at the end of the day, normally I'd have been cursing and cussing, but I didn't care, because at the radio rally I got something that I've been after for ages, and I got an absolute bargain, and it is this. It's a Signa-Adder 3 Signa-Adder meter. Now, I have been after one of these for ages, but the prices on these are horrendous. Now, there was a stall there flogging all manner of stuff. It was a right old mixed bag they had on there. And this was on the right hand side at the end. So I picked it up and had a good look at it, and I thought, I might have a punt. So anyway, there was a woman serving, and I said, oh, excuse me, how much for your meter? And she said, oh, I don't know. What would you be prepared to pay for it? So I thought, well, I'm going to chance my arm here. So I said, tenner? And she said, oh no, I couldn't take a tenner for it. And I thought, oh God, it's going to be about £80–100. She said, would you do £15? And I said, yeah, go on then. So I picked up this meter for 15 quid. Now, even if it needs some work done it, 15 quid for a Signa-Adder 3. Now, it's on the back. It's got the power lead. And it's got this other lead that comes out. Hang on, it's all tangled up. Now, I did look at the manual on this. Now, this plug here, I believe, is where a positive and negative lead come out. The positive lead connects to the positive of the speaker of the CB radio and the negative to ground. But I've also seemed to have this BNC connection on the back. Now, maybe I missed it, but when I checked, the only connections on the back were this one and this one. This one wasn't shown. Now, with the BNC on, I'm not really sure what that's for, so I've got some more research to do. But again, if any of you guys own a Signa-Adder 3, can you tell me what this BNC connector is actually for, and whether you've got it on yours? Because it almost looks to me like it's been added on. I mean, it looks professionally added, but it wasn't on the instruction book. And this one here, I've got to try and get a connector to fit that, to have the leads coming out. But, you know, for 15 quid, there's the speaker at the back there as well. I can't complain. This has been my bargain of the year. It also is a voltmeter as well, so you've got volts across the top, and then you've got the Signa-Adder here. And what you basically do is, when you're tuning your radio for receive, you use this. This is the proper piece of test equipment to make sure and get the best out of your receive section of your radio. As I say, these are not cheap. So this will be featured in a future video as well. But yeah, I am over the moon with that. As I say, I sat on the motorway, but I just didn't care. All I kept thinking to myself is, I've got a Signa-Adder. And that was just, yeah, it just took me through it. Time just passed by, I didn't care. Another BNC there. So that was my purchases. I'll put some pictures up now, because particularly for the two Royce radios, to aid with identification, I'll put some close-ups up. And as I say, if anyone's got any information on that, or anyone's got any extra information on the Turner Plus 3, the Signa-Adder, the RVC240, please feel free to comment. Yeah, also, just out of interest, if you recognise that auto recall thing from RSG Engineering, let me know. As I say, I'm probably going to strip it down anyway, but they were flogging them for a quid, so I don't know what it is. But hey ho. So yeah, a bit of a different video there. As I like that radio rally, because you always get some good bits there. That's where I got the one for £2.50 that I got a while back, which I must do a follow-up video on actually. Things are a bit hectic at the moment, what with being able to travel and bits and pieces and work now. So anyway, I'm going to get a few more cups of tea down for me, and then I've got to head off to work. So it's cold, wet, miserable outside, so yep, typical Monday morning to trudge off to work. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and please comment if you can help me out.